Hey everybody, welcome back. We are starting a new story mode run today. And we will be an unknown character so that we can use thaumaturgy and so that we can have Darren with us. We're not going to do any kind of like special challenge run or anything, although those will be coming down the line. One of the main reasons though that I want to jump back on is because yesterday there was, as usual on the first Monday of every month, there is the so-called coffee diary, where the developers update us on what's going on. And there was some promising news there, and I wanted to just mention that. But first, we're starting with Remise and Riposte, Maneuvering in Armor 1, Convergence, and Continuity, like we always do. Wait a minute, and I should be working on Coherence, yes, that's right. Forgot to point that out. And we normally start by working on Bolt, and that's what we're going to do this time. After Bolt, we will work on Continuous Mind Sense. And we're going to really... we got to really try to keep Darren alive this time. But it's difficult because it's kind of like a paradox, really. If we want Darren to survive, he needs to be really good at fighting. For Darren to get really good at fighting, he has to do a lot of fighting. And if he does a lot of fighting, he has a better chance of dying. So it's a catch-22. But we've got to figure out a way. And maybe we will. Most likely we won't. So, as I'm picking up some things here in the first room, the latest coffee diary said that they're currently putting polish on the upcoming update. And by that they mean material polish, like making the actual materials look as good as they can. And they even shared, I think it was 2 screenshots of this, I guess it was a crypt or something, which I'm assuming is from the new location that we're going to get in the update called the Gardens. I'm assuming that's where that is. But they gave us some insight. Oh, I'm just whiffing right here. There we go. They gave us some insight into how that all works and how their tools make it really kind of efficient to create all kinds of variation in textures and things without having to do a lot of work. It's kind of interesting to read. We're going to switch to this hatchet. Did he have anything else? Just some cloth trousers. I think these should be the same. Yeah. So they showed us that's what they're mainly working on. But then the really... oh, also, before I get to what I consider to be the really interesting stuff, we're going to put on this vest. They also mentioned that these tools, are being optimized so that modders will be able to take full advantage of them in the future. And they actually made it sound in this coffee diary, and I didn't really doubt this or anything, but they really made it sound like they are 100% behind modders for this game. Like they really are interested to see what modders can do. I think some people had the feeling that maybe the developers weren't really interested in allowing modding, or maybe it would somehow get in the way of the game. I don't know that there was ever any evidence of that. But anyway, they definitely... this hatchet looks pretty good, by the way. They definitely made it clear that they are excited... oh, these are great boots also. That they are excited to share these tools with modders, and they're excited to see what modders are going to do in the future. And they said Exanima itself is going for a kind of mostly realistic feel. So that they're not planning on making really outlandish things for Exanima for the actual game. But they said they'd be really interested to see what kind of essentially outlandish things modders come up with to add really weird and silly things to the game and stuff like that. And I agree, that's one of the great things about modern gaming is modding. Anyway, so on to what I found to be really interesting. I'm trying to think if I should grab these for Darren. I probably should. They said that in the next update, not only is there going to be that new area of the Gardens. Oh, hello. I didn't see you. Not only is there going to be the new area, there's also going to be 4 new creature types. and they specifically said 4 new non-human creature types. That, to me, is what's really exciting, because one of the things I really love about the game is, you know, the variety of monsters that you face. Now, granted, there's not a tremendous variety right now. It's somewhat varied. But now we are going to have 4 new non-human creature types to fight, which is awesome. I'm going to grab this compass here. And then the other interesting thing is there's, if I'm not mistaken, I'm recalling this from memory. I don't have it up on my screen right now, obviously. I believe they also said there's going to be a new NPC in the update. So a new NPC, meaning someone aside from Darren, and 4 new non-human creatures. So I'm very, very excited about that. I can't wait to see the new area, the gardens. Can't wait to see the 4 new creature types. I don't know if they're all going to be present in the gardens or if they're just going to introduce some of them into other pre-existing locations. No idea. Now, sadly, as usual, there is no clear estimate of when this update's going to come out. Whoa, uh-oh. But we Exanima fans are nothing if not patient. And yeah, so the way, and of course the way they made it sound is, it's not far away, but it kind of always sounds like that, I know, but talking about, oh, we're just putting finishing touches, we're just putting polish on stuff, that, you know, that makes me think, yeah, it's imminent. We're gonna put that bill hook as our secondary, by the way. This leather vest is slightly better than the one I'm wearing. We'll save this one for Darren. And I think that takes the same layer as this jacket, so I will not get that for Darren. You know what? I'm going to take the shovel for my secondary, my two-handed weapon here, and I'll give the bill hook to Darren. The shovel is actually a pretty devastating weapon. Now, as always, the issue is I don't have a free hand because I need the torch to see. In the future, we're going to have light thaumaturgy, so that should hopefully, you can probably start once you have built up some starting XP. You can start a run knowing that spell. Speaking of the spells, I need to make the Force Blast my default spell here. And I know that, you know, some people wonder, you know, why don't you use more of the spells? Why don't you, you know, vary your run a little by using new spells? I mean, it's not a bad idea, and I'm not opposed to it. It's just that I honestly, most of the time, I'm too stupid to realize what kind of situations require these spells and what could I do with them. I'm a melee fighter type of guy, right? Like my characters are always melee fighters. I don't usually go for the mages and wizards and stuff. So my mind just, I don't know, it's not wired that way. Long knife, no thank you. But yeah, I mean, I do use like the same spells pretty much. And we're not talking about the mind thaumaturgy tree, we're talking about the force tree. I use a lot of the mind stuff. Well, maybe not a lot. Don't use enrage or confusion often, although I could. It's just, I don't know. There's a lot of spells, you know? It's a lot of stuff to keep track of. Now the waistcoat, does that replace the vest? It does. Yeah, these vests are better, so we're not going to do that. So let's grab Darren over here. Hello? I press T to talk to him. Who are you? He's Darren. Well met. I think I'm Odin. I seem to be having trouble remembering things. And then he says, we're thrown in. I'm like, what? By bandits, they robbed me and threw me down a hole in the ground. In the ground? Where are we? That's all I know. This place is scary. Well, let's get out of here. How? The hole is too high to reach. You'll just have to look around. But what about the dead ones? If they get in my way, I will kill them. Please take me with you. You may join me if you wish. I don't think it'll be much use, but I'll try to keep up. I'll ask him, together we should have a fighting chance. Try to make him feel good about his fighting skills. Right, and, Yeah, we could use some weapons too. Alright. So, in case you don't know, Darren has been updated in the recent past. He is now much more intelligent. He will search things, he will find loot, he will point loot out, he will equip himself with loot. It's all actually pretty interesting. I'm going to go ahead and give him these boots and that vest, and then for his secondary, the bill hook. Yeah, let's see if he'll use the bill hook. He might switch back to that wooden debris. See, I think he's trying to search this box is what he's doing right now, and as a result, he's kind of got himself stuck, looks like. Let's see if he can get out of there. Looks like he's going to need some encouragement. Yeah, not a good start, Darren. Not an auspicious start, my friend. And now, of course, I could just kind of like nudge him out of there, but I run the risk of making him very angry if I do that, and we don't necessarily want that to happen. Darren, you're killing me already, man. It's been less than 2 minutes. All right, well, let's go in here and see if maybe that encourages him to move on. All right, tunic. I guess we'll give Darren a tunic. That's not a great tunic, but it is what it is, as they say. All right, so I'm going to double-click the key and then single-click this door to unlock it, so I don't have to bother moving the key into my inventory or any of that nonsense. I'll put the cloth leggings on. I kind of want to prioritize Darren with the armor like we did last time. But the more I think about it, it's like, no matter what we do to equip Darren, no matter how much we let him fight, he's going to end up falling in a hole in the catacombs. Like, it just, nothing we do seems to matter. Hey, he broke free. All right. So let me give you that tunic and this belt. There you go. All right. So we want to get Darren involved. This weapon is not anything to be scared of. It's not going to do red damage. Well, at least it probably won't do red damage. It's just a piece of wood. So let's see what Darren can do. Go. It's wide open, Darren. Alright, just want to grab the aggro so that Darren could have a free shot. There we go. Okay. That's not bad. He seems to be enjoying the bill hook. And again, this is just a wooden implement. This, I think, is that a prosthetic leg or is that a candlestick? Well, I can't remember. Or is it a bedpan? That's a candlestick holder. That could do some damage. So I want to try to lure. I guess Darren's gonna prevent my egress there. So I'm trying not to kill them so that Darren can have some time to enter the room. Now they're fighting each other because one of them accidentally hit the other. Darren, it's open season, dude. You're there you go. Okay. I don't even have to draw the aggro. And now, okay. Now I can try to parry so that Darren has time to catch up. That's what I'm trying to do here. There we go. Alright, that worked out. I would not do that if this zombie had a truly dangerous weapon. But since it was not really a dangerous weapon, I could stand there and risk getting hit by it as I attempt to parry. Let's put this leather cap on Darren. And tunic is no better than the one we gave him. Alright, so like this next enemy that we should see any moment now, and usually in this hallway, she has a woodcutter's axe. That's a situation that I probably want to try to handle on my own. I did not see her yet. Alright, so Darren, I'm going to give you this buckler, but we're still going to prioritize the bill hook there. And we don't need any of this stuff. I'm going to take this key. Now where Where is what I call the Gambeson zombie? She has the woodcutter's axe, but she's wearing a gambeson. Or she was in the old days when there were gambesons. I think they've all... Maybe I'm wrong, but I think they've been replaced by those jacks, those arming jacks. Could be wrong. Maybe there still are gambesons, I don't remember. There she is. I do not want to be fighting on the stairs, because we'll probably end up falling. Now, if she falls, that's great. That did not happen. Alright, I want to try to keep the aggro on me, and I have failed. There you go. Alright, kill her, Darren. Kill her. Very good. Alright, that worked out. So there's the axe. Don't really care. And there's the... It's now a padded shirt. Alright, so I'll give that to Darren. That will replace his regular shirt. And then I'll give him these quilted trousers, which are better than his leather pants, or whatever those were. Yeah, and then some gauntlets. So that's not bad. Yeah, so the shirt is a layer beneath where the jack would go, or a gambeson. How much slash does this... And then crush. Actually, I'm gonna stay with my hatchet here. And then we've got to use this painting to keep this lever down. Found a sickle here. Okay. What? No. It already came back. Okay. Please, can we just... There we go. I think we got it. Now this is interesting. Let's stop that. So that must be the sickle he was referring to, yeah. Alright, so we've got that lever held down, or in the down position, so this gate will stay open. And we'll probably find a coif in here. No! Wow. Oh, okay. Not just a breastplate, but a really good one. Oh, man. I hate this situation. I need to give it to Darren. I hate it because I want it. But I'm going to give it to Darren. And I'll take this mace. And I'll hold on to the hatchet for now. But like I said, we want to keep Darren alive, so I gotta give him the breastplate. Even though, like I said, he's going to end up falling down a hole, and no amount of armor is going to save him from that fate. And then, of course, we can't, you know, take that armor off his body once he's fallen in an abyss. So the more I talk about it, the more I realize we probably should have worn that for ourselves, but it's fine. Alright, let's see what we got here. Another leather cap, I'll take that. And then anything there? No. Alright, that door is blocked on the other side. As you can see here. Let's see, nothing in there, can't open that one. That appears to be the extent of the lootable containers here. I'm just trying not to run into Darren. I don't need him to get aggressive. Alright, anyway, that key we picked up a minute ago is going to unlock 2 different doors back to the south. So this is the first of those locked doors right here, and we will unlock that first thing next episode, but we're going to end this one right here. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it very much. Please hit like and subscribe if you would like to, and I will see you all next time.